Welcome to this podcast.
Hello.
Cesar carvajal, your host.
Nerea, your guest.
And Nerea Bartolome. Nerea, I'm so happy to have you.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited.
This is a new space. I moved into a new place. So this new office might be the house of the podcast. And you're the very first guest.
A pleasure. Thank you.
Oh my days. You're from Spain.
Spain, Madrid.
And you came 3 years ago.
Yes, to Finland.
Tell us more about you.
Well, it all started in 1996. No, it's a joke.
With my
That's a
parents.
long story. Well, I was not expecting to come here, but destiny, you know. So I found a job that actually, the job found me. So I actually thought that I was not going to get the job because my interview was terribly bad. But I did it, and since I made the interview, 10 days later, I was landing here. So it was so fast that I didn't even have enough time to process.
Prepare.
Like, I'm moving to Finland.
Research Finland or
Yeah.
anything.
Well, I made some research. That's when I found you on YouTube, and I was like, oh, yes. Actually, I saw some of your videos, and I was like, okay, I need to consume more of this content because I'm not prepared enough. So yeah, it was everything so fast. I came here the 17th of August 2021, and I had a job as a project manager in construction. So the first project that I had was in Lapland, so straightly from Madrid, 40 degrees to Helsinki, 8 degrees, to then Lapland, 1 degree.
In what date?
2 days and a half, more or less, yeah, shock. And so then I was working for this company 1 year, I burned out, I quit, I went through some kind of isolation period of I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm just trying to survive. And then
all of this in the architectural field.
Yes.
Like your field. Uh-huh.
And well, no, because when I quit my job, I was completely unemployed. All the friends that I had left Finland, so I stayed here alone. And after that, yeah, I went through this period of, do I want to stay? Do I want to go? I had nothing, no job. My money was going. So I was losing everything, but I was feeling really in peace with me. So that's why I decided to stay. And in the middle of all these things that I didn't understand that was going on in my life, I found myself. And I found a peace. So I thought, okay, so if I'm not having anything, but I'm feeling like this, maybe this is because of something. So I stayed. And after that, everything started like moving on.
By this time you were in Helsinki.
Yes. I went back from Lapland. In Lapland, I was only like for 4 months. Then I moved here. But yeah, this happened last year, actually in May. I found a job. Not the best job, but it was what I needed in that time. I met the right people at the right time. They showed me how to study Finnish, and I started studying Finnish. So little by little, I got to know more people, you in between all of them, and I made a complete new life from the scratch.
But by this time, since you left Spain, you have always thought of like law of attraction and visualization and all of this? Or
No.
was that new?
No, that was new. When I was alone, here is when I made a recap of all my life. This is actually funny because when I was alone, I thought, okay, let's download Tinder. Yeah. So I had 2 dates. And my result of those 2 dates were the same as in Spain. Ghosted. And I was like, how is this even possible that I end up in the same way than in Spain? Then the problem are not Spanish guys, the problem is me.
You came to that conclusion.
Yes, because it was always the same. So I was like, okay, Finnish guys, Spanish guys are not the same, but the result is the same. What is the main factor here? Me. So that's when I started to look inside me, like, what is happening? What can I do to change my life? Who am I? What am I doing here? What do I want to do with my life? So I started little by little writing everything down and thinking, okay, I see myself doing this, or I feel called to make this. And that's when I started believing in visualization of where I want to be. And little by little, everything comes. I truly believe in that. I believe in energy. And yeah.
That was like around what month?
2022, December.
2022.
I started to get to know this world of
And get to know yourself.
manifestation, myself, how am I connected to my feelings and emotions. I never knew how to validate my emotions until I
So even this
was
like
here.
like the psychology of it and the emotional side.
Yeah, every time that I had something inside that I didn't recognize that thing, I took that feeling and next, because I didn't want to
just
look
like
at it.
discard it.
Yeah. Like, you are not for me, go away. And now I took the time to sit with that feeling, like, who are you? Let's put your name. What do you need from me? Do you need something? How I can take care of you? And then it goes. But everything, it's a period, and it took me around 8 months to just accept that every feeling and emotion is okay. And this period of manifestation or visualization helped me a lot, because it helps you to recognize how you are feeling in the present moment and to validate that everything is okay and you are not closer or far from your desires just because you are feeling bad for some certain amount of time. It's perfectly fine.
Because I mean, in the Spanish world, in the Spanish-speaking world, there is a lot of awareness, I guess, nowadays of like the inteligencia emocional, like emotional intelligence, and getting to know your feelings and stuff. In English, also this like mental health is important, and especially in Finland. So you coming to all of these realizations at this stage of your life, like right now, 2024, that was not Finland teaching you mental health, no?
Well, in Spain, I never had this mental health. It's true that in Spain, there's a lot of awareness, but I was not aware of that when I was living in Spain, or I didn't allow myself to be aware of it, because maybe I was scared of just facing my own emotions. And when I came here and I was alone during 8 months in winter in Finland, I had no other option than to spend time with myself. So here it was like, I listen to me or I listen to me. Because in Spain I was like all the time doing something or trying to be busy, because I didn't want to face my triggers, my insecurities or my traumas, or I don't have a traumatic past. I don't.
Your childhood is
It's quite
okay,
happy,
it's fine.
but these traumas or things of childhood of I don't want to be seen. I prefer to be hidden. And that's quite ironic given these circumstances, but I was always so shy and never confident enough to give my opinion of anything.
So like nobody else taught you, just circumstances here in Finland taught you
Yes.
all of that?
Well, because also one day I woke up like, holy shit, I'm done with my life. Like, I don't want that my life look like this anymore. I'm gonna change it. And I brought myself to that change. So it was like a bit altogether. Finland put me with myself alone, and then I came to the realization of, okay, this is not me. This is not the life that I want. Let's change it.
And that was still like winter, no?
Yes.
Because in Finland, as everybody knows, the winter, it's only like 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Winter or not winter?
Winter or not winter?
Not
That's
even
the
summer.
question.
And in the winter, it's very like introspective, obviously. Like in Latin America, even in Mexico, you wouldn't necessarily have like a cold season per se that locks you into your house.
Yeah.
So there's not a lot of time or room for introspection. Normally we're super busy, like big city, busy, working. You don't have time to like really
Exactly.
take some time for yourself.
And sometimes we are the ones who look for being busy so that we don't have time to think.
Yeah, we remove ourselves the time.
If we don't know how to think, with ourselves.
Especially us, like, warm-blooded people,
Yeah,
no?
especially, yeah. That we are used to spend time with people, or if not music all the time, but we are not used to be in silence.
Mhm.
And this is one thing like quite amazing about Finland, that is super normal, just being in silence with someone. Like you can be with someone next to you
And just exist
and
together.
just, yeah, and breathe. You don't need to say anything. Wow. And
Mhm.
I've learned to not feel uncomfortable with that, because for me I was always like, oh my god, I need to tell something, I need to say something.
I need to fill the silence
Yeah.
with words or something.
And maybe it's just that, just look what you have around you, or just breathe, or just be quiet.
I'm just be quiet.
That's it, be quiet. Yeah, but that's amazing. And actually, random thing, there's a silence day in Finland. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either until just
Yeah, I don't remember what day, but yeah, there's one day for silence.
We can Google it really quick. I don't know if your phone is.
Okay, yeah.
Because it's very funny. Like in the globe, in the Earth, the equatorial line, like all the warm-blooded people, where all the people live, there is like a tendency to always be doing something, to be active. In a lot of countries, I don't know much about the countries in Africa, but I know Italy, Spain, Portugal, London. Even London is not even that warm. Like all the Caribbean countries, we tend to always fill the silences with words. Always be active. Always be doing something. We are like very like we're constantly everywhere, always doing something. And in I mean, this is just like random talk. To a molecular level, the particles are super active when there is heat. You know, the steam is water particles, super active, and when they're cold, they're super slow. So in that sense, all the Earth, all the cold countries that are in the colder areas, especially in the north, the rhythm is slower, the weather is colder, and they tend to have those times for introspection. And I'm not talking about like quality of life, Nordic countries have quality of life and blah blah blah. I mean, they coincidentally do, and they coincidentally have a lifestyle and a standard. But coincidentally, they are in the colder areas, and where all the particles and the heat and everything is unstable is in the warmer areas, and that tends to be messy. And here in Finland, as well as other Nordic countries, I've lived in Denmark, and they also have that like inner peace, probably put by force by the weather, because the weather like puts you to your house, gets you slow, gets you introspective. So I find that fascinating, that those countries have that in common or something.
Yeah, everything affects, also the light, I guess. Here,
Even the light.
I've noticed this year, holy moly. Yeah, the light, like the summer / spring took too long to come. And during April, I was not me, I was not here, I was nothing, I was...
What were you? Like you were in shock?
I was like, these little things like dust, when you open the window and you see that dust
like
rolling, or in the desert, that
you
thing...
felt like that?
Like that, just going.
Like you were just existing through the
yeah, nothing
spring.
else, like, I need sun. Yeah.
No, like coming out of the winter, coming out of the cold, into the sun, you felt like that, like you were just...
No, in the last weeks of April, the last snowstorm that we had, I was also like that, because also the light affects our metabolism.
Metabolism
And I think that also has to, like, I didn't even feel like talking, and I'm so talkative. And at that time I was like, just shut the fuck up. Yeah, everything irritated me, because I was really missing the good weather. And then I went to Spain and it was snowing.
In Spain?
Yes,
in Madrid?
In my village. I live in the north of Madrid. So the first day that I arrived, it was like, why? And in the meantime, I was watching some stories from Finland,
And
because
was
it
sunny
was
already?
Vapu, and everyone like, oh look, summer is here already. And then I was like holding my umbrella like it's snowing in Spain.
That's
Bro.
hilarious.
Yeah, lucky girl.
Just lucky. I mean, when I was in Mexico, there was also a season of extreme heat. So I was like, this is exactly what I wanted, like heat, and now it's too much, like record-breaking heat. And then some parts of Mexico had hail, granizo,
Yeah.
and it was massive. Like this amount of granizo in Mexico makes it look like snow. So then people were telling me, you brought the snow.
Yeah, those
But weather
jokes
is just crazy.
that we have to go with, just because we are living here. Like I've also heard this kind of, but you eat bears and reindeers, and I'm like, yeah, only if we go and hunt them.
You haven't eaten reindeer? Yes, you have.
These sticks, but not
sausage or
meat.
something.
No, I haven't. Last week it
And bear,
was my
bear, you haven't
first.
tried. Have you tried bear?
No.
Oh my gosh, we need to try bear in the podcast.
Oh, yes, okay. Last week it was my first time in a monkey in 3 years in Finland. So can you believe it?
The monkey is the cabin for those people who don't know.
I'm starting to live here because, as we were saying at first, yeah, I came in 2021. So the logic thing to say could be like, yeah, I've been living here 3 years, but no, I've been here 3 years, but not living only one. Because I didn't know anything about Finnish culture, or I knew the basics like sauna and cold and all those things, but I didn't have the chance to just get to know it from the inside because I was alone or so busy working. So that's one thing I would say. Like if someone listening to this podcast is planning to come to Finland or wherever, like for a living, having someone with whom you can get to know the culture is easy. Because for me, when I found myself alone, I was like,
foreign,
and as a foreigner, I was like, like I know I can do a lot of things, but where do I start from?
Yeah, you wouldn't have.
Yeah.
You don't know what you don't know,
I
and no one's there to tell you.
Yeah, I would have never gone to a monkey alone. Maybe now I do it, but at first.
Well, because now you know what it is and where they are.
Well, now I'm also in that point of why not? Just I would do it. If I had the money to do it, I would do it. It's not my case. So, but yeah, I think coming with someone that can force you, also a local or someone who says, okay, let's go, let's do something, can be nice.
Yeah, that's part of the trick. I mean, the best way to come to Finland, I would say, is that you already have the plan figured out, of course. Like, if you're a student, best way to come is through your university. They have a program system, students, guides, mentors, everything for you to like really learn and get an experience. Marry someone, marry a Finn. They are very kind of famous for bringing their partner from wherever they met them into Finland, like a souvenir partners, I call them. And that's so stereotypical that, and mainly women tend to meet someone else elsewhere, and then when they start to go like a little bit steady and they want something formal, then she brings them to Finland, and sometimes they come to their Finnish, like core Finnish person compared to the traveler Finn, like the traveler person. You know, when you travel, you're someone else. Your personality changes and everything. So if you are for example, a Finn living in Spain, you're living life and you have the heat and the food, and you meet an Italian guy or a Spanish guy. We're perfect together, blah blah blah. For whatever reason you choose to come back to Finland, they tend to bring them as they are, regardless if they speak English. Obviously, they don't speak Finnish. And they come, and once they're here, the person, the Finn, tends to come back to their natural self, like their maybe quieter self, etc. And just statistically, in my case, in my experience, I've seen that the Finn comes and changes a little bit into their Fin, not their traveler Fin, and it's a culture shock for the partner.
Yeah, because now you are dating a new person.
Kind of.
Oh.
And sometimes when it's a Finnish woman, I mean, all respect to Finnish women, but sometimes when it's a Finnish woman and it comes back and it's back to Finnish life, Finnish family, Finnish lifestyle, Finnish everything, the foreign international guy, sometimes the Latino guy, tends to have such a cultural shock that, from what I've seen, they just end up splitting up.
Oh shit.
And on the other hand, if it's a Finnish man who brought a Latino woman or international woman, sometimes it works because somehow the international woman or the Latino woman tends to be like more affective. I can cook food, I can stay at home. They're normally very like they pamper the partner, and the Finnish man likes it as any man would like it, like the Latino heat and the Latino warmth. And I have seen that the Finnish man with a Latino woman or international woman, they tend to stick together longer than the Finnish woman with an international or a Latino man.
Okay, I like that thing because I mean, me, a Latino Spanish person, being here, if I get to know someone in Finland, I hope we last. Because I'm not made for breakups. No.
It's not your thing. Breaking up is not your thing. Breaking up is nobody's thing. No.
Yeah, but I mean,
don't break up.
No, don't break my heart, please. I'm so sweet for dying again.
I think if it's a local man or Finn or person and they tend to be comfortable, sometimes they have a family cabin, a family monkey, they already live here, they already have like a lifestyle here. Like the lifestyle here is in peace. They tend to have already like a stable job and blah blah blah. So I would say it's a really, really good move for an international woman to find a stable Finnish guy.
Yeah.
Just for the comfort of it, I guess, because Finland is a comfortable country,
yes,
so to speak. But they wouldn't. I mean, you have to take the pros and the cons. No, stereotypically speaking, the Finnish man tends to be a little bit less like affective or extroverted, or is. I see that look.
It's gonna be a problem.
I mean, it doesn't have to be a problem.
I'm so touchy. Like I like to touch. Like, oh, you hug me, you give me love. If not, but well, we will figure it out. Don't worry.
So you haven't downloaded Tinder again?
No, hell no.
No, why not?
No, because now I believe in love. So.
But there's like Tinder love stories and things. Like,
yeah,
and stuff
I know, and I also believe in that. But I want some beautiful story. Like I was in the supermarket
and we both picked up the same tuna can.
Yeah, because salmiakki, I'm not gonna. Don't look for me in the salmiakki corridor. I'm not gonna be there. But I don't know, ice cream. Yeah, like you're just buying ice cream or going.
And then you both pick up the same cone or whatever.
Antes say bonita. That's a love story.
I think in Finland also, almost everywhere, even the supermarket cashier person tends to be very pretty. No, very good looking. I think there's good looking people everywhere. There's no difference, like in Mexico at least. There tends to be kind of like a difference between who is doing the service or who is running the shop or blah blah blah, and who's the buyer, who's the client. And the client tends to be like, oh, like more fancy and blah blah blah, and the seller is just like someone, like an ex. And here a cashier it could be a model.
Here it's like so okay.
Like so normalized.
Like, a job is a job and that's it.
Yeah.
I love it.
And I also like. Here, a job is a job, and there's respect to the job. There's like, not even like status. Like we go by status in Latin America. There's like, oh, your job has more status than mine because I don't know, you're a doctor and blah blah blah. But here, even a server, a waitress, a chef, a cook, everybody went to school the same time. They have like a decent salary according to the standards or the book. Sorry. And people tend to have kind of like respect for the career, even if it's a waitress. And
That's true.
It's hilarious. Well, not hilarious, but there's no tipping culture here. No, there's no propina, no tips as culture like in Latin America. Here, everyone has like a stable salary that will give them a living. Like they can pay rent being a waitress or a cook.
Yeah.
And there's respect there. So I heard once one of the servers was telling me, would you, like, do you go to the dentist and tip your dentist? You don't give him, here's 50 euros for this good service. No, you just go and expect that the job is well done. Thank you for the service, and that's it. And there was once at the restaurant, there was a group of American guys that came and like corporate food or something. All the Americans were like, okay, we're gonna tip. And I mean, the restaurant was kind of fancy, so it was going to be a tip of like 700 euros.
Holy.
And then the host, who was a Finn, stood up, and when the other guy was about to pay to the server, the host, the Finn guy, he was saying, oh no, you don't have to pay because we don't have a tipping culture here, so you don't have to give a tip. And he was like, oh, okay, if it's not expected, then he put the money back. Then the waitress was a little bit like upset, came straight to the kitchen, and me being the chef, came straight and told us the story and was telling us like, oh yeah, they just put the 700 euros back into their pocket. That could have made the week for us. And oh my days, just because of that culture of no tipping.
Yeah.
There it went.
Yeah, but maybe that culture comes from a place of, I know that your job doesn't allow you to have a comfortable life. For example, in Spain, maybe now things are changing, but in the past it was quite hard to be able to live or pay your rent if you are working as a waitress. So I think maybe that's the, but I don't know, I don't have the information. But I'm so okay with how respected is any kind of job here in Finland, because it makes you feel like you're just human doing your job. And also this culture of as soon as it's your time to go home, there's no more talking about work. Like you are done and
you're done at 4, you're gone.
And that's it. I just
like
love it. Yeah, because it allows you to have a balance, a life and a balance between your life and your work life. And now I'm doing an internship, and it's the first experience that I'm having with a Finnish company.
Yeah, because it's in Finnish.
Yeah, and I've had my first shock when they told me, if you want to go before, you can go. We are not going to ask you to prove that you are working at home or anything, because we know that when you are here, you're working, and if for some reason you want to go and finish at home, it's fine. We are not gonna ask you for any kind of proof of your workload during the week. We trust you. You're here working, and even if it's an internship, we just trust you, and that's it. And I was like, where is the trick? No.
Where's the catch?
Whoa, I actually was feeling like,
No, you're trying to get me, this is a trap.
No, you're gonna kick me out, right? No, it's like, no, we just want you to feel comfortable. And if there is something that you are doing and you feel that you don't like that thing, tell us. And we will find something for you to fit in, like, we will create a new position for you. No, it was not like that.
But almost.
But like making you feel like you are a human before a worker. And I was like, thank you, because I've never had this thing
that
before.
Respect.
Yeah, and I was
for
like,
that trust.
like really, yeah, nothing happens. Freedom.
Respect. Well, treatment.
Wow. Yeah.
There was back in Copenhagen, there was, and I think even the Germans have it as well. They have they were telling me that the working schedule, if it's 8 hours or whatever, you're expected to do like they trust you that you do your job in that time. So if you work more, it doesn't tell them, he's a harder worker than the rest. And sometimes they see it as you couldn't do in 8 hours and you had to do it in 9, so you like it doesn't make you look better compared to maybe Mexico or Latin America, where if you do more you look better. So I think it's called meritocracy, like if you or the more you work the better you look, so the more you sacrifice yourself. So like the system is broken.
Yeah. Wow, I've never heard that thing, like if you couldn't do it in the time that you are supposed to do it, then sometimes things take longer, of course.
Yeah.
But
and they would go to the next day.
Yeah, and that's it. And I think that's a good culture of not putting pressure into the workers, because the more pressure you have, the less effective you are, and that is not good for a company. And that's something that it's triggering me here, like because I've never been into this kind of nice atmosphere where they tell me we would like to have this thing done, and the first thing I always ask, for when? No, you take your time.
Like it's done.
No,
it's done.
tell me when.
Give me a day. I want a day.
No, it's okay.
So I can chase myself into the day.
You just have your time and it's gonna be fine. And I'm like, really?
Where's the catch?
Yeah, like okay. And then you are faster than what you think, because you have the totally freedom of just following your time.
Yeah.
You don't act with pressure of, I need to finish. No.
I mean,
you just go.
the other side of it is, okay, you're a worker and you rest and you appreciate that, no? The counter side is if there is a worker in the government and you want your papers to be done, your residency to be done or anything, that means they're gonna take their time.
Yes.
And then things will be a little bit slower because they're not in that rush. So if you say, I wasted a whole year waiting for my residency, it's because somebody else was having like a balanced life. So I mean,
everything has.
Yeah, it has an upside and a downside.
Yeah, those cases are also true. But well, for now, what I can say is that
welcome to Finland.
Yeah. But here you can have this balance of a life, a work, and a mind and heart, because you can really take care of you in that free time that you have. When I'm out of work, I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like I've never been able to do nothing after work because I was so tired that I just wanted to sleep.
And now you have the time. And now you
here we are.
We even have time to talk.
And not feeling bad at all, like, tomorrow, nah, hell no. Tomorrow is tomorrow, today is today.
Yes.
Yes, exactly. And that piece of, I'm not thinking about what I have to do tomorrow. Wow.
It's a huge relief. Like that, you always wish that back home they would have what you have here.
Yeah.
No? The good. And when you go over there, you wish you had the good for here.
Yeah, it's like, well, same as if you are blonde, you want to be brunette, and the other way around. Like
I don't want to be brunette.
No, me neither.
I don't want to be blonde.
We always want what we don't have. So focus on what we have and be grateful for it. Be grateful for it, because
she said focus.
The more you are grateful for it, you will attract more of that. Cheers!
In English, cheers, keep it.
We are back from the
Welcome to the ASMR.
You have to put this part.
In Venezuela they say mente pollo, like mente pollo.
¿Cómo?
means like goofball, like you laugh about any silly thing.
Mente pollo?
Mente pollo is like you have the mind of a chicken.
Okay.
And you just laugh about anything.
I don't know how we
when you're like, you goofball.
We can also see cabeza de chorlito, that is also
yes.
Chorlito.
A bird, yeah.
It's a bear?
You don't know what a chorlito is?
It's chorlo.
Chorlito is a bird.
Little chorlo.
It's a bird that is really small.
Yeah, okay.
The cabeza de chorlito is like...
okay, yeah.
You have a tiny brain, kind of like...
Tiny brain, yes.
We'll give a shout out to Noli Studios because they are They have great location. They have.
Yeah, and thanks to that, we are now neighbors.
We are here.
More or less.
More or less.
Just
until you move to Noli.
If I can have jacuzzi, I will.
Yes, the Nolis have jacuzzi.
In my room.
I guess if you have like the penthouse suite or something.
Yeah.
So how did the channel came to be? Isn't that a question?
Yeah, it's a nice question. When after this winter that I spent here alone, doing just reflections about life and trying to survive, I was quite how to call it, wondering about everything. Like I was so full of faith. Like something good is coming. Something good is coming. I repeated that to myself every single day. Something good is coming. But I was alone, so I didn't have anyone to talk to. So I just started to have a video diary with myself for myself. It was in Spanish, and I was like...
It was in Spanish?
Yeah, because it was just to express myself and say out loud how I was feeling. So I could go on...
People in the comments, write down if you want to hear about that journal. What's in that diary and your deepest, darkest thoughts in Finland.
Yeah, so I went for walks every day because I like to go for a walk, and I can be walking like 2 hours, not talking 2 hours, maybe yes, but not in front of, like, for myself. So I could go just and share with myself how I was feeling. Sometimes I just cried, sometimes I just, okay, today I felt better, but it was just...
That was your own therapy?
Yeah, my own therapy, my diary.
Nobody told you to do it?
No. I just one day feel the need to do it, and I did it. And after that, I thought, what if all this is for something? Because it was so strange the way that I just felt, okay, let's do it. Because no one told me, like, why don't you... No. I was like, one day, I just thought, okay, I'm just going to film myself every day during 6 months, and then I will see how much I've advanced in my own life. So after 6 months, I saw the first video, and I was like, whoa. So then I thought, what if all of this is for something, and what if I just start sharing a bit of me with the world? And that's why I started on TikTok. I started on TikTok because I was 0 following, 0 followers, 0 likes, 0 anything. Like, no one could watch me, so I started there because I was feeling safe.
Yeah, Instagram you had more like family following.
Yeah, my family and my friends from Spain were following me, so I was quite scared of posting anything on Instagram, so that's why I started just on TikTok.
Blank slate.
And it was nothing, actually, like... I was not sharing my thoughts. I was just doing something that I don't even know how to call it, but I was there. So after 5 months just doing nothing, I started the school of Finnish, and that's one day when I was at home feeling like there's so much information going on. I don't understand it. I need to do something to start understanding the language, because if not, I will never start to talk. So I just made one meme that we had in the WhatsApp group of class. I did it in a video. That was my first video. Shit, it went down. Like, it was
whatever.
No, it was...
It blew up?
Yeah. But
really? Like it went
popular? Like in... Not since the beginning, but maybe after 2 hours, it was like 7,000 likes or something. I was like, what is going on? So I thought, okay, maybe this is my way, and I started to produce more of that and feeling more comfortable of just sharing whatever on TikTok. And one day, I met one person who told me, why don't we make interviews on the street? Maybe you know that person, it's you. And yeah, let's post it on Instagram. And I was scared again of posting anything on Instagram because of a lot of people knew me from my past. And thanks to you, actually, I thought, fuck it. I'm not that person from my past. So if whoever person from my past wants to unfollow me, there
Be
you go.
right ahead.
Yeah, be my guest. Like, it's fine. Bye bye. Thank you for the time shared, but that this is me now. So I just thought, okay, what if, besides of this thing that we were doing in the streets, what if I repost everything of TikTok on Instagram? And that's how everything started.
And
fuck it. Like, I'm done. Like, this is me now, and I'm not scared of showing how I am now.
Like now, I mean, your type of humor and content, what you share is like you and like your alter ego.
Yeah.
Like having conversations with each other. Like how did that came about?
Well, that's nice because that first video that I made, I was scared of saying something in Finnish and saying it wrong. So I didn't want to say anything that I was not sure or confident about. So whatever this alter ego, that by the way, I don't know if it's he or she, I don't know.
It's a they, them.
It's han, because in Finnish,
yes.
Han means he, she. So han, not gender.
Non-gender.
That this person, whatever this person says, is something that I've heard, listened, or someone has shared with me in Finland. So this person is made out of everyone who has come across my path in these years. So it's quite nice to have made this alter ego because it's my Finnish version, but my Finnish version is made out of all the people that I've met here. So it's like putting in a character a person who every Finn or every person in Finland has contributed to. So it's like me pushed out thanks to all the people that I've met here. And that's Han.
Because that it is not necessarily a Finn. No, it's not Finnish.
Well,
it could have.
The idea is that he or she is. It's me acting, so he or she, and they are not Finnish.
Like can you say that is the Finnish Nerea coming together? I mean, I don't know. It can get really philosophical here. But.
Yeah, well, maybe like if at some point I'm really like fluent in Finnish. Like I know that the Finnish, like the Finnish language is like so like flat. There's no tones or like it's so smooth when you talk. Like
I would have called it flat, but I guess smooth is.
So I would like to keep this way that I have to express myself. I raise the voice, I put it low, whatever. But yeah, I could say that maybe is one of my parts. I could be like, I could have maybe 50 me, 50 shades of me. But yeah, that could be some part of me, and actually my head sounds like that whenever I'm scared of saying something in Finnish that I'm not sure. That voice comes to my head like, it's not Han, it's Hanta.
Like you yourself corrects you because that other knows more about Finland.
Because my mind knows more than my mouth. So I can think faster and better. And well, this is not me. It's like whoever you are in whatever language or ability you are trying to learn, your brain knows more than your actions because we are not used to do as much as think about it.
Yeah, it's not as fast. Yeah, the mind can think of many things. And
so that's why another reason why I also started doing this thing, because it also helped me to just start talking. And hey, you want to laugh about my Finnish? Follow me. We laugh together.
This character also has a different pitch, different tone of voice. No, it's like really flat, almost a stereotypical Finnish because it's made out of Finnish impact and impressions and experiences. And you wouldn't mind converting into that?
Me?
Yeah, like turning full on Finnish. I am more flat, smooth. I mean, you like your spark, no?
Yeah, I will. At some point, I will embrace this culture or this way of expressing, but I would also like to contribute to it. Like, hey, Finnish can also be funny, So why don't do it the other way around, like Finns of the world? Let's do it with a spark.
Oh my god! Imagine the video where both of those like fuse into one.
Oh, what would be the result?
I don't know, Nerea 2.0.
When I have kids, we can figure it out. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Me myself, after 7 years of living in Finland, I have seen my adaptation of Finnish culture into me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like the embracing the silence, a little bit of order. If I go I was in Mexico recently, and being in the bus, metro, public transportation, and expecting things to work, being more silent and aware and respectful to others. Here you wouldn't hear like noise and your speaker going full blast on music. Here people respect each other. And I'm not saying people don't give a fuck about you, but they don't give a fuck about you. Yeah. But they also leave you in peace. So I have seen the Finnish culture, like the Finnish lifestyle, be a part of me, that when I go out, I see, like I recognize things different. And I like what Finland has taught me.
I think, Finland has also changed me. Maybe not the way that I express. The way that I express, because Finland has made me like this. Like I was not like this when I came, so imagine. So like if Finland has changed me, it's not in a Finnish prototype. But what Finland has changed me is more inside, because when I went to Spain 1 month ago, I was in a bar with some friends and I was like just looking at some corner like, why is everyone so noisy? And
you thought that?
Yeah, I was like so pissed off. Like, why are you screaming that much? It's not necessary. Shut the fuck up. You can talk, and I talk loud. There was not need to just talk that much high. Oh, yeah. I went to the metro in Madrid. Why is everyone touching me? I was suffering.
I mean, sometimes even in Finland, I sometimes feel like, I wish somebody would look at me or somebody bump into me by accident to see if I'm awake or alive. But like being back home, I would see exactly the same. Like, this is so, this could be better. This should work like this. If people in Mexico, if people even in my family, if they would know the Finnish lifestyle, maybe they could embrace the peace and enjoy nature a little bit more. Or like now I tell the people I know to not be so workaholic. Now I tell them, hey, don't like respect your time, like quote unquote, air quotes. Respect yourself, respect your time. If it's off the clock at work, then just be you. And I cannot change the world, I cannot change my family, but I see the impact of a well-balanced work life and life, and I want the world to know it and to embrace it. But they are not living in the same circumstances as here. So if the whole society in Helsinki, if they all have the same principles, then it works. But a couple of principles going to Mexico is, unless everyone changes, things will not work as in Finland. Even if they try to, let's export the Finnish education, let's export the Finnish lifestyle. Unless the whole country where it's trying to go to changes, it will never work, because it has to come from inside. The respect for other people has to come from inside. And then you cannot export the Finnish culture.
Yeah, I think the same. It has to come from the inside. And then the next question, so then why so many people can adapt to this culture if it doesn't come from the inside? Well, I think that part has always been within us.
Within us?
Within us, like inside ourselves, like the thing that make us so eligible, or that it make it so easy for us to adapt, is because inside us we have had a part that has always become or be closer to this culture, because I've always been like so respectful with my own space and all these things. So being here, it was like, thank you.
Like your inner Finn can flourish
Like,
here.
hey, here I am.
Like,
Maybe
here I am.
that's why Han came. Like, hey, he or she opened his or her wings. Like, I'm here again.
I can totally see that
Yeah.
everyone has an inner Finn, and here they can flourish.
Yeah, I think
Because
that, honestly.
the Latino you and the Latino me
Yeah.
will be too loud in Mexico to let the inner Finn.
Exactly.
But this country is not for everyone.
No.
I would say everyone's inner Finn is either really hidden or really pushed down. That it is not for everyone. People have tried and they tried and leave and everything here, and some people leave.
Yeah.
I would almost say that more people leave than
They
stay.
Yeah, exactly. And I would say Finland is a country that opens its arms for whatever or whoever comes.
I don't know.
No, like
The politicians nowadays.
but not talking about politics. Like, if you want to create a new life here, the country offers you possibilities.
Yeah, in that sense, yeah.
But the other way around, it's not like that. Not everyone who comes here is open to offer those possibilities to the country. Like, hey, if you are trying to integrate here, do it. Like, yeah, know the basics of the culture, the language. You don't need to be Mikael Lavrikko, the inventor of, or I think the Finnish language. But some people actually come here with closed mind, and I think that's not the way.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, that's so cold. I'm gonna die there. I don't know why I'm moving there. What am I
if
gonna
they come
do?
rejecting.
Yeah, they come already like no.
I don't want it. Yeah, they have
and
to
you're
come with
coming
an
to
open
a
mind.
country that you can have possibilities if you want.
But you have to be
Open
willing to pay the price. Either language, either silence, either winter, either
time. Yeah, because
it has its price.
Everything has. So that's sad, actually. But at the same time, yeah, Finland is not for everyone. Welcome and moi if you don't want to stay. Yeah. Because to be honest, something that I've realized is that if you are gonna live in a place, make for sure that you are gonna feel comfortable. Because if not, you are not gonna be living, you are gonna be suffering.
Yeah. Like you're gonna be suffering out of your own expectation.
Maybe you are just this close to your next destination when you are gonna find yourself. So just if you don't feel that some place is not your place, move.
Move away.
Fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. Change brings a lot of positive things in our lives.
And this has that account and has Han, the character, like really changed you? Like seeing the feedback from the people, the comments,
Yeah.
What have you learned from it?
Well, especially because all the comments from the people, I've learned something from them, but also because I was not sure of what I was doing, but just reading all those comments, because I've received a lot of support and love from people that I don't even know. So just by reading those comments, it's like, okay, maybe I'm just doing something that I still don't know what it is, but some people writing me like, hey, thank you, your videos are funny, you made my day, or something like that. It's really beautiful, like, because in 1 year I've changed my story of being no one and being alone to, well, I'm not saying that I'm someone now, but people...
But you're more public.
But people telling me thank you, because what you are doing is just creating awareness of another culture in a positive and funny way. So just by that, I think, okay, I'm doing something that I feel proud of. If I can make smile one person every day, that's it. Focus on one person. Don't focus in the whole world one day, because you will feel bad because you are not gonna
for everyone.
But one person at a day, and start by you. So I assumed or accepted that thing as a hobby. At first, I was thinking, okay, let's get a lot of views and all this and then, and now what I think is, let's create something either educational or entertainment that but the audience can have something from it to them, because I know that them also give something to me.
Yeah.
So it's like an exchange of energy. So that's my point now. Like, let's flow into us.
Yeah.
Even though I don't know them, but
I like what you said, that you cannot do everything for everyone, or you cannot do content for everyone all the time. But you can do something for someone at some point.
And at least one person in the whole world
could benefit. I totally agree, and I resonate with that, because in my platforms, I also think of how, like, if somebody benefited from what I said about Finland or what I mentioned or whatever, it makes it worth it. Like somebody benefited, somebody took something, somebody learned something, somebody became aware of someone, of another account or of another person's intention. Then there is, like you say, like that flow of energy. Like you give and you receive, because only by giving you can fully appreciate what you receive. But on the other hand, there is, I mean, social media is a whole world. I don't even want to get into it. But there's a lot of taking. There's people who take. There's things that take, like the phone itself. It's kind of like, it could be like a take type of energy thing. So, I like in Finland, you also get some sort of. Now in the summer, you have like more space and time to be out there and to do things and to create content or something, maybe out of the phone. But in the colder times, it's a bit trickier
complicated.
to not be on the phone.
Yeah, because you don't have more options.
Yeah.
Not so much.
What's something else that someone or a comment has taught you from the platform?
Well, when they send me references of other accounts that I already know, it's like, okay, it's really nice that you're sharing with me accounts that I knew beforehand. Like, I see them and I think about you. When someone sends you a song, like, I've heard this song and I was thinking of you. That's
really
nice, yeah.
And you have a couple of male fans probably and stuff, or women fans, and your regular.
Well, I have like these regular users that I like to reply as much as I can, but I not always can. I used to do it, but I realized that I was putting so much time into social media that it was consuming my life. So I just decided I will do like this. I post a video, in the first couple hours I will respond what I can, and if not, that's it. It was because I cannot lose my life there.
Yeah, no. It can be so consuming.
I also like to keep this kind of close Q&A or treatment with the people, because of course they are there putting time into you, but we are all humans.
Yeah, so we all need our own balance and our own well-being.
I also like to put have my time just out of the phone, because it takes a lot of energy from you. But luckily, I don't have like so many bad comments, so that I can say that my energy is quite safe. But yeah, like the comments that I really appreciate are those like, you made my day. Because when someone tells you, you have changed the way of my day,
into a better,
it's really nice. Without even knowing them, because you can meet with a friend and saying, I was having a really bad day, as it was my case, and now I'm feeling quite better. But we know, so it's like quite close, and I can tell you, Cesar, thank you so much for this, because I really need this. But when someone that doesn't know you tells you, wow, this is amazing, thank you.
Yeah.
Or I can relate, like, I was also feeling like that. Wow, it's like, at the same, we are all the same.
Yeah. Nerea, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much for the time.
I'm so happy for being here.
It's definitely not the last time that you're going to be here. We're going to have more people. We're going to have, a lot of knowledge, nuggets of information and everything.
Okay.
Thanks again. Everyone, if you have any questions about her, write them down in the comment section. Follow her. Her account is going to be in the link below. And until next time. Bye. Thank you.